Hi, in this video on my robotic hand I want to focus on the elbow once again. Last time I added this motor with gear construction. However, it turned out that the arm in combination with the hand is too heavy for this motor. That is for one motor, and as has shown with my walking robot, adding one or two motors may be a solution. So I am going to add a similar motor, and given that there already is a gear construction here, I want to add the second motors in here, or maybe add a gear construction here as well to get things in balance. So that is the focus for now. So I have now mounted the second motor in the exact same way as this one, except on the other side of the gear. Then I connected the second motor to the first motor, as you can see here, so it runs in the same direction. And to be sure it can be run manually, I have added the switch again, and that I have to redo because I have to put it on the switch. So this is a wrong situation. I have to add it to a digital input here. And after that I will have to change the code because I notice I use set motor instead of set output to control the motors. So that is the next step. And I will be recording the screencast together with this normal video. So the switch is connected no longer to digital 6 but to digital 9, for the simple reason that the normal interface has 8 inputs and it is now connected to the first input on the extension. So I'll change it to 9 as well. Then, as said before, the motor is connected to to output 1, so this must be output 1. Once again change 6 to 9. Then here output 1, and again 6 into 9, and then output 1 again, So next thing is to check on this. So after the code change, it is time to put things to a test. Activating the code. And let's see what the putting the switch does. And there's an error. Ah, yes. Output takes less arguments than motor, so I have to change something in the code. So I will do that and then test again. I realize I made a small thinking mistake, because using output is only for when I use the lamps or something like that, but to use a motor you need both outputs of the motor connection. So I had to change output back into motor and see what happens next. This time I do without compressor. So let's see what happens. It works, however nothing happens here, so let's see, feeling on the axis, what makes it work. And that means that it does run, but considering the stopping here and the running here, it's not tight enough something, so I have to check that out. And for another test I changed the directions. First it will go this way and then clockwise. So what I can see is that it is still too heavy to lift, but there's also not enough friction somehow here, so I do have to check on that. And these tests show that this will not likely going to work. An option to change this is to somehow change the position of the gear and this part, so that I can put some connection between this gear and the arm, so it will no longer solely need this axis, but also other connection points. But that again takes reconstruction of the elbow, and I guess that is what needs to be done now. So let's see how that works. And with the gear placed inside the construction and some metal access through the inside gear, it's time for a short test. So let's see what happens. And the construction is again jammed by the sheer weight of this arm. So the only solution maybe to put another gear here with the axis, so that this motor goes on that way and that the arm will get lifted, although the physical moment is of course a lot less when this distance is reduced. So it may be a nice experiment to reduce this length and see what happens then, because this weight, let me adjust the camera angle, the weight of the hand is still a problem with this construction. So either keep this construction and reduce the arm length, or put the motor here and see what happens then. However, I am getting short of material for this construction, I'm afraid. So I will have to think about this, how to deal with it. I think the most feasible candidate is to shorten the arm and reduce the physical moment. But we'll see about that another time. Meanwhile, this has been a very nice experiment, and in the next time I will see either one of those solutions, an additional gear or shorter arm, or both. So for now, thank you for watching, and to be continued.